Hello, this is the TradeSite US Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Thursday, the 27th of August, and Friday, the 28th of August, 2020. As usual, we probably will not do a market preview for Friday. Not really a point usually, and there probably won't be one this as we wrap up the month and kind of wrap up summer. We still have one more week after this before the Labor Day weekend, so a full week next week. But things have just been so light, and the volume is drifting off on us, and it's just not good. The trading environment has been one of the worst I've seen in quite a while. There's no patterns. There's nothing going on intraday. It's just not good. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart, the broad market futures form. All-time highs on a couple stocks. We'll look at the advanced decline ratio in a minute. As usual, nothing's really moving except for the few FANG stocks. Crude oil unchanged at 43.39. Gold down 50 cents to 19.52. The S&P cash gained 35.1. Now the Nasdaq 100. This is the fun part. Up 250 points. And we'll look at the FANG stocks in a minute so you know why. Because meanwhile, here's what's really going on. The SOX up just 7. Doesn't really matter. It's got a 13 sell signal. The biotech's down 10. Again, it's near lows for the last 2 months. The Russell 2000 down 11. No progress there at all. The VIX was up $1.24, which is kind of interesting. Why is the VIX up when the market's up 35 and 20, 250? The trend closes at 0.93. That puts the 10-day back at 1.0, which is not a signal yet. Nasdaq volume 3.4 billion shares. Again, light volume the last couple of days. Lighter volume has been kicking in lately. But here's the big thing: advanced decline ratio on the Nasdaq negative 500. So while the Nasdaq's up 250 points, there's 500 more stocks down than up. On the New York, negative 652. So more stocks, over 1,000 more stocks down than up across the whole market, even though we've got the S&P up 35 and the Nasdaq up 250. What makes that happen? Guess what? Same story we've been telling you for the last couple of weeks, and who cares? Google up 38.28, Apple up $6.79, Netflix. Now, this one was the kind of the interesting story today. No news, up 56.95. Feels like something's going on. When you look at the intraday action on Netflix, there you go there, the 5-minute candles. That's a pretty big, steady move all day long for no news. But it's one of the FANG stocks. Amazon, again, up 95.36. Tesla up 129, still has the 13 sell signal, still under the risk line. The split occurs on next Monday, so let's keep an eye on that. Facebook up 23.09, big number, big day on Facebook. So Facebook and Netflix kind of out of the blue post these huge days. Tesla back up too, and there is your 250 points on the Nasdaq. Good. Goldman Sachs up $1.22, doesn't even matter. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, was down 63 cents. The Dow Jones was barely up, and that's it. That's your whole day. So it's just continues to be a mess. The FANG stocks are throwing everything off. The money's all going into them. We've got millions of people out of work, and we're still waiting for second wave of stimulus, at least an announcement or a solution for that that works for everybody, and nothing so far. So here's the ES intraday. You can see a little gap up, pretty flat for the first hour or so, and then kind of just started drifting up. Right at lunch, it topped out, went sideways, tried to go up to new highs, came back down, and then came back to try to test the highs again, but that was it. Nasdaq side, here it is. So again, the Nasdaq's up because we all know why. So it's not really our type of environment. I'm not interested in most of what I'm seeing. There's no patterns. I'm not here to go nuts, and I'm certainly not here to chase stock splits. In terms of economic data coming out Thursday and Friday, sorry, I lost my filter here. Let me get it back and show you just what's going on here in the U.S. on Thursday. An hour before the bell, preliminary GDP. That's the second look at GDP. The initial and continuing jobless claims numbers. Those are the weekly numbers. We got pending home sales at 10, natty gas at 10:30, and then on Friday, an hour before the bell, core PCE price index, personal income and spending, goods trade balance at 9:45, Chicago PMI, and at 10, revised University of Michigan sentiment. So there are a few things obviously going on there from that perspective. I guess that's about it. Charts as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later.